And we've got our celebrity personal trainer, Mr. Kevin Adams. Very good to see you, Kevin.
Good morning, sir.
And we have got Kate Hardcastle, and Kate, amongst many other things, is the chairwoman of the charity Dream Girls. And just to explain to people, Dream Girls is not a dance troupe or anything like that.
Not recently, Eamon, no. I decided no. We raise awareness for lesser-known charities. There's 180,000 charities in the UK, and a lot of the small ones need a bit of a boost, so we put on events for that. It's great fun. Love it. We'll also get you along. Can you do some dancing? Charlotte can. We know that.
She's heard of my dancing.
Oh, yes, it's notorious.
Yes.
Me and Ashley Banjo.
Like that.
Like that. Right, the Telegraph new VIP visa service for wealthy foreigners. Tell us more.
Yes, Theresa May's going to unveil it today, and pretty much what it says is if you've got a lot of money and you want to come to England, we'll give you a VIP service because we need your money here because we're going under and you're going to keep us afloat. That is pretty much the crux of it. Then there are no details been released yet, but that's, in a nutshell, that's what it is. If you have a lot of money and you want to come to the UK, then we're going to make it easier for you, and that's how it should be.
Why do you say, see, because immediately you're going to get a lot of people saying, well, that's discriminatory, why do you want these people, why is it easier for them and not others? And amongst them, Kate Hardcastle's head's nodding. Like,
well, because you want their money.
What?
Do you know what's...
Yeah, well, you're the businesswoman. What have you... Is this the way it should be, as Kevin says?
Look, I just think financially we've got to think about these things sensibly, and there's got to be a moral viewpoint and there's got to be a business viewpoint as well. I don't think it's ever as simplistic as saying, we want your money here, jump in, jump aboard. We're an overcrowded island. But...
We have an overcrowded island of people that live with 6 million people in below the poverty line, so we need money here. And when you're stopping these people at the borders, when they want to bring their money here, that's where we're losing it. If they want to come here and they're bringing their money here to invest it in the country, we have to accept it with open arms.
But just because they're bringing their money in there doesn't mean that they'll necessarily
spend it.
Use it on,
right.
You know, to benefit the economy, does it?
That's a sanity check, isn't it, Kevin? You know that.
Right.
There's got to be some...
Right, yeah, I know, but these guys are not going to come here and just come for a holiday. They're coming here to invest money, and I do actually honestly believe that, but there's going to be a criteria there. Theresa May's not silly. She wears beautiful shoes. She knows what she's doing.
Right.
Yeah, but one minute they're complaining about wealthy foreigners coming in and buying up everything in London and creating an artificial property bubble, and then the next minute they're saying, oh, make it easier for them.
I think what it is, we need the investment, and where people are getting scared of coming here because we keep going on about immigration and this border control and tightening border control, is a lot of wealthy people are being scared to come into the country. So what we've got to do, we have to be seen to encourage them. And that's exactly what Theresa May is doing.
Got to be a checklist. Got to be a checklist.
No, there is going to be a checklist.
Yeah.
She's not just going to open the door and say, because you've got £100 million, come on in.
Are we then turning ourselves into one of these countries where it's just, oh, you know, yeah, you just give them a bit of money and you can do whatever you want?
I couldn't care less. Get the money in. We've got to stop moaning about the fact that they're coming in. But we're moaning about a lot of things. If they're bringing their money in,
let's move on to the front page of The Sun. The headline, Kate, is towering stupidity, and the story basically is you've got a fancy dress party. 2 girls enter this fancy dress party dressed as what?
This is in Chester at a nightclub called Rosie's. I'm mentioning that because I think the owners there have been very responsible indeed. 2 students who've gone out in fancy dress and won £150 for dressing up as the Twin Towers. It was 2001. You know, we're not talking about the Titanic here. We're talking about something that's very recent. We've got young people who are affected by this, that are growing up and learning to understand in life what's happened to their parents. It didn't just affect, as we know, people in the States, it affected people here in the UK. And I just think, these 2 students, they're 19. You make mistakes at 19, but they are very educated, very intelligent young ladies. At some point when they were tweeting the pictures of themselves ready to go out, at some point when they were entering the nightclub, did someone not think the right thing to do would to stop them and say, is this the right thing to do? Is this a good idea?
Sometimes with fancy dress, people are so ill-advised. You know, you see people dressed up as Hitler, you see them dressed as axe murderers. I saw a programme on Harrow School, and one of the boys was saying, oh, I went to this party as a terrorist thinking that it was OK. You know, people draw their lines at different points. That goes... That is below. It's beyond as well.
The line. And I think the point you make, Kevin, is you're talking about individuals doing something. This is 2 young, intelligent women.
And they won the prize. So the people there obviously decided it was worthy.
This is my
point,
Charlotte. £150 reward for looking like this. And you would have hoped there would have been someone with some maturity at that organisation who turns around and says, this is absolutely not OK. Please leave and get changed.
Yeah. Quick bit of Wonga. We've been talking about this incessantly, but you've chosen a Wonga story, Kevin, from
because you know what? We use the term, now Wonga is getting getting hit, you know, and there's so many other firms out there doing exactly the same thing.
Well, do you feel sympathy for them?
No, I have no sympathy for them whatsoever, but I wish I'd used someone else's name as opposed to just using
so
one
they've become the standard bearer, the poster boy.
Yes, they have. They are the poster child for this. And at the end of the day, I find that people that are willing to pay 2,170% for a loan is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But these
now,
firms
talk about
murder.
ridiculous. Kate, this Marks and Spencer, when I looked at this poster and everybody said, oh, wonderful, wonderful, let's campaign for Marks and Spencer. Do you know what? I thought that has no relevance to any ordinary woman's life.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
And is that reflected in the sales? I mean, whoever thought that up? You just sort of think, so out of touch. And most women, well, everybody, every woman I've spoken to just thinks this is a lousy idea. Helen Mirren gets some sympathy from people, but the rest of them, who are they? What?
Do you know what? A couple of things here. These results don't actually take into account much of this campaign because these are results that have been created prior. The head, Mark Bullen, says, look, we're in a transitional phase, and we all know when you're in transitional phase, you're shedding the skin, sometimes you're going to look a little bit uglier. But in that time, as a business, as a very qualified, big business, you have to say, what are the short-term wins? What are the short-term measures we're going to do to make people feel reassured we know what we're doing, to make sure people feel like, hey, there's good things to come, and to keep people shopping there. If it wasn't for the huge growth, 54% on food, Marks and Spencer's would have just lost all traffic by now. They can't do this. They cannot keep alienating that core customer. And the worst thing I see is in all the customer focus groups, the core customer keeps giving them a second chance. They keep saying, no, it's okay. Let's look at your new season. Let's see what it's about. It's not working, and I think they've got to be humble enough to realise they don't have all the answers. The customers have a lot of answers. Start listening. 2 ears, 1 mouth, using that order.
And sneak preview here of the Christmas advert as well that's going to be hitting the screens very shortly. I think that's Helena Bonham Carter, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. More money
as one of the people
on an impressive advertising campaign.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at the lineup and you think, if you're supposed to believe that Tracy Emin was say enema.
That's very different.
Oh, there's a Freudian slip there. I quite like that.
Pops into M&S to buy her coat
That
or
could be a
whatever.
lip
But are they
project.
thinking that they just pick a whole load of different people because you're likely to identify with one of them? Maybe that was the idea
There are some
behind
courageous
it.
women in here, like Katie Piper, that have done something very, very fantastic. You know,
Yeah, but you
set
think
up a charity,
less of
but-
some of them for the fact that they're in the ad, though, don't you?
But this pulling a group of women together and say, here we go, look, everyone can wear our clothes, it's just not working.
One of Justin Bieber's chat-up lines is Kate Hardcastle what?
Would you like to come and have some nuggets and coffee? I'm going to try it. I have to say this line out loud. This is one of the girls who was at the child's party, or do we call him a child? Young man's party.
Yes.
We ate peanuts, crisps and nuggets. Justin had a Toblerone. Can you imagine the interview? It's like,
how old is he?
Shock
7?
news. Oh. Yes, he's 19, and this is a rock and roll lifestyle. No cuddles with Bieber on camera as well. Don't be nestling
I don't
in
think he
there,
needs them.
aiming for a cuddle.
Yesterday's photographed coming out of a brothel, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So he has it all.
He has it all, including the nugget and coffee party. Very exciting.
And if you are going to a
Good.
party, Kevin may have come up with the perfect dress for that.
Yes. I don't know what the film is.
You don't
you only
care.
need half a dress anyway.
Literally, I don't care.
Her name is Jamie. Everybody, she called her Jane Alexander. Her name is Jamie.
Jamie Alexander.
But you see, is it irrelevant what her name is?
No, because we're talking her down. She's a great actress. She's absolutely stunningly beautiful. And when it comes to pushing
never heard of
buttons, she's a great actress. Real great actress.
I'll remember her.
Else she be
but
in?
what the point I'm trying to get across is she's a great actress, and finding new ways to push buttons for people, you know, and just not being so overtly sexy is hard. But that literally. I'm telling you, right, on a Wednesday morning, I applaud you. That is a ledge picture, not legendary. Ledge!
That film should get an Oscar.
What's the film? Irrelevant.
And they're reminding us of the Liz Hurley one there.
No, let's not remind us of Liz Hurley. Forget Liz Hurley. Let's go back. Full page.
I think it's a horrible dress, Kevin.
What?
If my daughter went out in that dress, I'd be mortified.
Right, she's in her 20 years. She's in her
29.
20s.
I know, but someone's going to look at that and go, ooh, great dress for me to buy, even
And the
though
thing
I'm only
is,
16.
But usually it's like one or the other, but she has gone for both, you know, front and back panels there.
What is it? You love to criticise. Women love to criticise other women.
is called jealousy. That's
She's
what-
in
that's
the
what it's
nip
called. That's
under
what-
that dress.
I think it's a good business
We're all
move.
good.
She's going to sell that film.
There you
One
go.
false move.
There you-
and
there
could be
you
in
go.
trouble.
Yeah, one false move.
Let
It's
us
not
know
very
your
practical.
view
You have it,
on
flaunt it. Flaunt
Jamie
it.
Alexander's
Flaunt it.
dress or lack of it. Please do let us know. Jacqueline on the back page.
I just thought this is a really fun picture. There's loads of Champions
Not
League
as
around
fun as that
today.
one, Jackie. It's never going to.
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. This is Tiger Woods. Yesterday was the first golfer to hit a golf ball from Europe to Asia. From Bosporus Bridge,
Yes,
going
in
in
Istanbul.
Turkey, one side to the other in Istanbul. And I just thought that'd be great fun to do, wouldn't it? Just whack a ball across the river. Just be fun. No? He got paid for it, by the way.
I think they're all still thinking of the dress.
I'd rather watch Thor.
I would
personally.
think, Jackie.
Huh?